Welcome to yoga. It's good to be back. Today it's been a long hiatus, so we're gonna kind of go back to some basics, some foundational poses, and the basics of yoga. So let's go. I am going to ask you to start the practice today on your back. So we'll start lying down, supine, with legs extended, and start with arms by your side. And for our centering, that's the process of moving inside to your feeling body, not your thinking mind. And I'm going to ask you to take one hand on your belly and one hand on your rib cage, below your chest, or above your navel. How about that? So just start by we're going to take 3 breaths, nice inhale, and then sigh it out with a little bit of a sound. So nice inhale, and then exhale. 2 more, just like that. Now bring your attention to your breath, and we're going to start with the pranayama, which is the breath practice of belly breaths. So one hand on your belly, one hand on your rib cage. Just begin to inhale and exhale through your nose, not worrying about anything except following your inhale and exhale. And notice, make sure your belly's relaxed and soft. And notice as you inhale, your belly rises, and then your rib cage, your chest expands and all the way up to the collarbones. So just on the inhale, be aware, felt sense with your hands on your body of how your body expands on the inhale from your belly up. And then as you exhale, notice how your body contracts back to center from the top of your chest, your rib cage goes back, your belly goes down. Now don't try to make these things happen, they just happen as you breathe in a relaxed way. Just for a few breaths, noticing your belly rise, your chest expand, and draw the breath in all the way up to the top of your chest. Face is relaxed, no effort, just a slow, deep, even belly breath. Keep going. You might notice there's a little natural pause at the top, or not. Just notice how your natural breath goes. And now consciously begin to deepen your breath, still belly breath, so your belly still rises, still nice and relaxed. Begin to deepen your breath a little deeper without over-efforting. And maybe evening out your inhale and exhale. You can count or just have a sense that your inhale and exhale are evening out. So you're deepening consciously and lengthening the breath. So what's happening here, your belly is rising because your diaphragm is moving down and pushing your organs up. And your chest, your lungs are expanding as they take in air, and that's causing your ribs are expanding to allow that. And on the exhale, everything's happening the opposite way. Your rib cage is contracting, helping to expel the air. Your diaphragm is moving up, pressing air out. Just keep your focus on the breath. Just for a few more rounds. Slow, deep, even belly breaths. Face, neck, jaw relaxed. It's good to check back with your face and jaw every once in a while, because that's where tension can manifest. So just keep that relaxed. Okay, one more nice, slow, deep, even breath. And then you can leave your hands where they are, or bring them down by your sides. And we're going to just do some warming up on our backs. So lengthen out through your legs, flex your feet. So you're pressing lightly out through the bottoms of your feet, lengthening your legs. And spread your toes. That activates your legs. Spread your fingers. And on an inhale, now during practice, try to maintain a slow, deep, even breath. Don't worry about anything except a nice, slow, deep, even breath. And on an inhale, with your fingers spread, begin to lift your arms up toward the ceiling and back toward the floor behind you. So always keep your toes, feet activated, fingers spread as you begin exhaling. Arms come back up overhead and down to the earth. Now you're breathing slow, deep, even. Keep going, moving with the breath. Inhale. Your movement will be slow, so aim to come all the way overhead at the end of the inhale, and as the exhale begins, then your movement begins. Arms back down by your side. So nice, slow, letting the breath initiate the movement. Keeping engaged, spreading your toes, flexing your feet, reaching out through your legs and out through your fingertips. And the next time you inhale and your arms come up overhead, as your exhale begins, draw your right knee into your chest. You can squeeze it in a little bit. And then inhale, lengthen your right leg out, arms overhead. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest, squeeze it in. Okay, a couple more just like that, still moving with the breath. Alternating the leg that draws in. Have the intention of moving with your breath. Slow movements. And there's an option here, if you want to, that when you draw your knee in, you can raise your upper body up toward the knee. And exhale, bring back down. That's just another little add-on if that agrees with you. So remember that in yoga, you are listening to your body. Your body is your first teacher. Continue with the one leg in, then the other leg. Draw it into your chest. Your body is your first teacher, and if you feel pain, that's your body telling you that's not where you need to go today. So always modify based on what your body's telling you. Okay, the next time you're on an inhale, you don't have to keep up with my words, just next time you inhale, draw both knees into your chest. On the exhale, both knees in, hug them in, rock around on the back of your pelvis. You can do some circles with your knees. Put your hands on your knees and circle around in one direction and then the other direction. So just bring in some movement into your hips. We've done flexion, extension. Now we're just doing some rotation. Make sure you go both ways. And now bring your knees to stillness. And again, if you'd like to exhale, pull your belly in and bring your chest and head toward your knees, you may, and hold for a breath or two. Don't have to. And then release. And keeping your knees bent, bring your feet to the mat about hip width apart. Take your arms out to shoulder height, palms facing up. So this is T position, palms face up. Take an inhale. And when you come to your exhale, pull your belly in and let both knees move over toward the right. Don't force them down, just let them go as far as they go. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Not forcing, they might go a little further down each time. So windshield wipes. Let's continue like this. Inhale to center. Exhale. One side, inhale center, exhale the other side. Keeping your face relaxed, jaw relaxed. If you want to bring your upper spine, cervical spine into this, you can turn your head, gaze away from your knees direction, or you can move in the direction with your knees, or you can just keep your gaze straight up. So the word for your gaze in Sanskrit is drishti, and we're going to come back to that in our balance pose later on. But this is you don't have to do this. It's nice to experiment and see what feels good. If it feels good, that's your body saying, I like this. If it feels not good, don't do it. And the next time your knees come over to the right, just hold there. Just let gravity press down. Don't force your legs down. Just take a few breaths holding. As you exhale, see if you can release. Just Consciously let go of the leg muscles trying to hold your legs up. And then inhale back to center. Exhale to the left and hold for a few breaths on this side. See if you can release any tension on the exhale. And on your next inhale, knees come up. If your head has been moving to the side, bring it back. One more time, bring both knees into your chest, squeeze them in, rock around on your back. And then either rock up to sitting or come over to your side and push yourself up and come onto a seat and then around to all fours. So tabletop, you want to have your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. So there's hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width apart. Spread your fingers, press into especially the fleshy part of your hand, the ball mounts of your fingers, and press into your knees and the tops of your feet. Back is straight, so a nice straight spine. Take an inhale here and lengthen out through the crown of your head and out through your tailbone. So a neutral spine. There'll be the normal curves here. And then we're going to slowly move into cat-cow. So tabletop, neutral spine, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tilt your pelvis, your tailbone under. Begin to round your spine, moving from the base up, and then bring your chin toward your chest. So very slowly and gently. And then on your inhale, tilt your pelvis forward, move it up the spine, and gently raise your chin. That's the chest. You're going for more extension between your shoulders than lifting your head back. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, begin the rounding at the base of the spine, and move up toward the cervical spine. Inhale, cow, spinal extension. Exhale, cat. Very slowly, moving with the breath, gently, gently. Starting slow and maybe getting a little deeper as you go. On the exhale, push the floor away. On the inhale, you can think of dragging your hands and knees together. They will not move, but you're just having that motion against the mat. Okay, a few more rounds, just gentle cat-cow, starting at the base of your spine, and the extension or flexion moves up to the top. And the next time you come to an exhale, let your hips go back over your heels, child's pose. Keep your fingers spread. Down to child's pose, but not to stay. Inhale back up to tabletop. Neutral spine, lengthen out. Exhale, tuck your tailbone all the way back to child's pose. 2 more just like that. Coming up to tabletop on the inhale. Back to child on the exhale. Slow, moving slow, breath is slow, deep, even. And the next time you come to an inhale, tabletop, lengthen out, tuck your toes, press into your hands, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog, but not to stay. Inhale, back to tabletop, knees down. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Okay, so this, keep on, those four places. This is vinyasa, moving with the breath through different poses. So tabletop, inhale, child's pose, exhale, tabletop, inhale, down dog, exhale. So a few more rounds like that. Moving slowly. If your mind starts to wander, just come back to the sensations in your body, in your breath. And the next time, don't hurry, there'll be time. The next time you come to downward facing dog, pause there, and we'll just establish down dog, how to be. So fingers are spread, pressing up. Take a deep bend in your knees first before you straighten. And let your head hang, shake your head yes and no. Neck is in line with the spine. And lift up through your tailbone. So knees are bent, reach up, long spine, tailbone toward the ceiling. And then take some steps with your feet. So just kind of walk it out. Press your heels one at a time toward the floor, alternating. Walk it out. Then come to stillness, and you can see about making your legs a little bit straighter. So heels press toward the floor, tailbone toward the ceiling, neck is soft, press into the ball mounts of your fingers, make like little suction cups with your palms. Roll your shoulders out, and your chest is moving toward your thighs. 2 more breaths. Now bend your knees and walk your feet up toward your hands, coming toward the front edge of the mat. Forward bend. Bend your knees a lot and put your chest on your thighs. Uttanasana, standing forward bend. You can have your hands on the floor, on your legs. You can cross your elbows and just hang. So your belly's in. Pull your belly in, protect your low back. And just let the weight of your upper body lengthen your spine out. This is a nice release for your low back. If you want, you can straighten your legs a little bit or a lot, whatever suits you. 2 more breaths. Now bring your hands to your shins and come halfway up with a flat back. Lengthen out. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, fold again. And this time, press into your feet. Bring your arms out to the side. Spread your fingers. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands up overhead. And down to your heart space. And we'll build the mountain pose, Tadasana. So look at your feet. Make sure your second toe is pointing straight ahead. Feet are hip width apart. Lift and spread your toes. And then lay them down gently. You're gonna balance on the four corners of your feet. So kind of rock front and back a little bit from the toe base to your heels, side to side. So from the base of the big toe to the base of the little toe and the sides of the heels, those are four corners of your feet. Press down there, and you'll notice when you press down, your kneecaps come up. You activate the quadricep muscles and your big muscles in your thighs. So press down gently there. Take a little tilt, tiny tilt of your pelvis, and then lengthen up through your side waist. So you're thinking about raising the rib cage up from the hip bones. Nice, tall, open chest. Bring your arms, thumbs out a little bit, palms toward the front. So your shoulder blades come together toward each other on the back. Chest is open. Spread your fingers so your shoulders come down from your ears. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And then let go of about 10% of the effort. I know, who knows what 10% is? Let go of a little effort. So you want to maintain your alignment here without gripping. So just the feeling, the Sanskrit for it is sthira sukham, steady but easy, like a mountain. A mountain is just solid, grounded, can't be swayed by anything, but not effort. It's effortless. This isn't effortless, but the least amount of effort you need. Now, if you have the balance, close your eyes and just go back to your slow, deep, even breaths for about 3 breaths. Make sure your face is relaxed, jaw, neck. You're holding the posture with minimal effort because you're in the best alignment. Your body's holding itself up. And then open your eyes if you've closed them. And on your next inhale, keeping your fingers spread, pressing down lightly through your feet. Inhale, arms up. Gaze can follow if that's comfortable. Palms touch. Exhale right down the midline, moon breath. So the first half is sun breath. Inhale, sweep up like you're gathering energy. Exhale, moon breath. It's more calming and cooling. Couple more just like that. Inhale up. Exhale right down the midline. One more. Now let your arms come back down by your sides. And we're going to do some lateral stretching, stretching the spine to the side. So on an inhale, raise your left arm, fingers are spread, so press down through your left foot and up, out through your left fingers. Now inhale again, and on an exhale, side bend to the right, reaching out through your left fingertips, down through your left foot, and letting your right arm slide down your right thigh. Keep your left arm right over your left ear, so you're not going forward or back. And then inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, left arm down your left thigh, your side bending to the left. And we'll just do a few more just like that. Inhale, left arm up, right arm down, side bend. And just go side to side with your breath. So you're moving slowly, keeping the arm right over the ear. Feeling the stretch up your left or whatever side you're stretching. You can intensify the stretch by pressing down through the leg away from that's in the stretch. Okay, one more to each side. And then come back to center. And we're going to do another little vinyasa. So the first vinyasa we did when we were on all fours, that's called earth salutation. So that was tabletop, child's pose, and downward facing dog. Now we're going to do half sun, which is another vinyasa. Now remember, with a vinyasa, you move, each movement is to the breath. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, lengthen out your spine, come into a forward fold. Knees bent as much as little as you want. Then hands to shins, inhale, half lift, straighten out, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, push into your feet, come up, spread your fingers all the way up, hands to the heart. So that's it. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up. Exhale, arms to the hands to the center. So do two more in your time to your own breath. It's a 3-breath vinyasa. And when you're finished with that, your last one, we will meet in mountain pose. So just come back to your mountain pose, remembering to build it from the ground up. Don't just fall into it. Start with your feet, move up, lengthen up, get your chest open, up to the crown of your head. Just take 3 breaths here. Slow, deep, even breaths. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck, shoulders down from the ears. Now we're going to move into Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So start with your feet, a nice hip width apart. Turn your right toes out 45 degrees and take a big step back. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see maybe better. So your feet are on train tracks. There's a space between hip width. So hands on your hips just a few times. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your left knee. You want to find this stance where your left knee is over your left ankle. So inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, bend so the knee is over the ankle. And then keep the knee over the ankle. Hands on hips. Square your hips so they're parallel to the short edge of the mat. So you might need to kind of nudge your right hip forward a little bit. You want that to be parallel, your hips. And once you've got that, press into your feet. And on an inhale, fingers spread, arms up overhead. Warrior 1. Your gaze can go up at your hands. You can make it more of a back bend if you want to. So find your Warrior 1. Keep pressing into your feet, kind of energetically drawing your thighs toward one another. Find a gaze point. And let's just take 3 slow, deep, even breaths here. Reaching up, rooting down. And then let your arms come down. Keep your front knee bent and push off the back foot and come to both feet to the front edge of the mat. And we'll do that to the other side. You might want to just kind of walk your feet out a little bit, legs out. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, right toes turn out about 45 degrees. Take a big step back. Hips are parallel to the front edge of the mat. A couple times, inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, right knee over right ankle. And when you find the good distance between your legs, make sure your hips are squared toward the front edge, short edge of the mat. Lengthen up through your spine, press into both feet, and then fingers spread. Inhale, arms up. Even though your arms are lifting up, shoulders are down from the ears. Relax your face. Stable, but easy, just like in mountain pose. Your breath is slow, deep, even. Inhale, extend. Exhale, maybe soften down a little more. Couple more breaths here. And then let your arms come down. Bring your left foot up to meet your right. Maybe circle out. Sometimes it just, whatever feels good to you between the poses, any kind of a movement. And sometimes it's good to, let's do a couple more half suns. I'm gonna do a chair pose instead of the half lift. So feet are hip width apart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair pose. So weight in the heels, hips go back like you're sitting in a chair. Arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to the heart center. I think I might have messed up that breath. So start with your hands by your side. Inhale into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, arms back, come into forward fold on the exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Remember to keep your knees bent as much as you need to. Then inhale all the way up and arms around. We'll just do one more. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bring your chest to your thighs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands to your chest. Nice. Now we're going to come down to our backs in a very graceful and wonderful way. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands all the way to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Just take a breath in down dog. Inhale, reach your tailbone up. Chest toward the thighs. Exhale. Inhale, bring your knees to the mat. And then up to the side so you come onto your bottom. And then lower yourself down onto your back body. Bend your knees, feet are hip width apart, and arms by your side. Press into your feet, spread your fingers, press into the mat. We're going to do some moving bridge and then a little bit of a hold. So on an inhale, press into your feet, tuck your tailbone, lift your hips, and lift your arms up overhead. Don't worry about how high you get in bridge, just move into it. Exhale, arms come down, spine comes down, one vertebra at a time from the top to the base. Couple more moving. Inhale, tuck and lift, press into your feet, move your knees toward each other, not to touch them, but to keep them from splaying apart if they do that. This time, after you rise up, option to hold. I like to clasp my fingers, my hands under my hips, and that helps me stay up. But you can have your elbows bent, fingers toward the ceiling, or just palms flat. But when you get up, press into your big toe, keeping the knees pointing straight ahead. Long neck, so your chin is your chest. Think of your chest moving up toward your chin instead of your chin toward your chest. Shoulder blades strongly together on the back. Keep your breath slow, deep, even. And on an exhale, roll down slowly, touching one vertebra at a time, theoretically, all the way to your back. Nice. Then take your arms out to shoulder height. We're going to do a spinal twist. So it's kind of, okay, so straighten out your right leg. Take your right hand to your left thigh. Bring your left knee into your chest. Take a hold on the outside with your right hand, or just guide it. Guide that left bent leg across your right. Left arm is out shoulder height. Try to keep the shoulders on the mat. Doesn't matter how far down that knee goes, but you can use your hand to kind of, not press it, but just to help weight it down a little bit. And find a comfortable place. Your gaze can be straight up or over your left shoulder or over your right shoulder. So there's no one right way. But we're going to hold this for a minute. So get comfy. And then you can straighten your leg, your top leg out if you want to. So just experiment till you can be comfortable, because the point of this is to relax into the twist so you can let go of as much tension, muscular tension, as you can. So come to your breath, and as you inhale, send the inhale right into the place of greatest sensation. So for me, that's the top of my left thigh, the back kind of glute. It could be different for you. So send the in-breath there. It's not really going there. This is just your intention. And then exhale. This is the important part. Release. See if you can find a release anywhere in your body. It could be in your face. It could be in your shoulder. It could be in your hip. Because when you release that, when you breathe on the exhale and consciously release, that's a sign to your body that it's okay to relax, that it's supported, that nothing, it can just, those muscles can just let go. So just another half a minute or so here. And now let your left leg come up, come out of the twist. Bring your right foot to meet your left and just press down into your feet. Raise your sacrum up a little bit and just lightly tap the back of your sacrum on the mat just a few times. And then straighten out your left leg. I like to push into my foot and just raise the hip up so you come a little bit onto, I come onto the side of my left hip, give myself a little head start. Right arm out, shoulder height, right knee comes across. You can put your hand on it if you want. So modify, so I've got that new hip over here, and so this side feels different, and even if you don't have a new hip or whatever, your sides will feel different. So modify on this side so that you can get the most out of your twist, so you can just relax in whatever position you are. And don't forget sensation. So I feel a strong sensation here, a stretch sensation, more than on the other side. But it's not pain. So there's nothing wrong with a strong sensation as long as you can continue to breathe slow and deep and even. You know, you're not getting anxious. So listening to your body, you'll learn to know the difference between a good sensation, something where change is occurring, and a painful sensation, which is counterproductive. So once again, breathe as though you're breathing right into that place of sensation. Just imagine it expanding, loosening, and then exhale, release. Where can you find release? And now come out of the twist and take any pose before we move into Shavasana. Just take a minute or so if you want to, whatever feels good to your body. If you want to try a happy baby or any movement or stillness, just for a few more seconds, try that, and then begin to move into your Shavasana. I'll tell you. You can move into it right now, or I'll tell you when in about half a minute, and then you can move into it. So practice listening to your body and giving it what it needs. It will tell you if you listen. So start to move, if you haven't already, into Shavasana. So traditionally we just do that on our backs. If you know another position that you prefer, go for it. Just need to be balanced side to side and comfortable and just able to relax. And any props that you want, covered with a blanket if you need to be cozy, as I like to say. I love to have an eye bag on my over my eyes. That sends a message. That weight sends a message to your body to relax. But whatever position you're in, just feel supported by the earth. Just let your body sink into that support as if it's melting down. Close your eyes if that's comfortable. And just surrender. So this is a chance to kind of integrate the movements of your practice, but just stay in the moment. So that means you're aware of everything, sounds, smells, feelings, anything that's going on around you in this moment. You're aware of, but not attaching to anything. Just let it flow right through you. And if thoughts come to your mind, because they always do, that's what your brain does, is think thoughts. Just notice it as a thought and let it, one description I've heard is imagine it's a bubble and just let the bubble pop, or it's a cloud floating by in the sky. Just don't attach, stay with your breath as an anchor to this present moment. Now, gently bring your awareness back to this space and begin to awaken your body with small movements, fingers and toes, maybe rocking your head side to side. It might feel good to take a full body stretch. Just gently coming back to movement. And then draw your knees into your chest and come over onto your side. Just cradle your head in your arms. Take a few breaths inside child pose. Just noticing how you feel. Coming back to your natural breath. Notice how your breath is at the end of practice. Then use your arms to bring yourself up to a seated position. Cross-legged if that's comfortable, or any comfortable seat. Keep your eyes closed. Stay inside. Don't give into your thinking mind yet. Sit with a nice, tall, straight spine. Spread your fingers, bring your arms out to the side, spread your fingers. Inhale, sun breath, all the way up. Exhale, moon breath. Palms pressing lightly together down to your sternum. Bow your chin slightly toward your fingertips. I thank you for coming back to yoga and letting me share this practice with you. It's great to be here again. Give yourself thanks for this time you've given for your wellness, body, mind, and spirit. And I thank you for coming, and the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks for coming. It was great to see you again, and so hopefully there'll be some more videos coming. I've got to figure out how to do a video when I'm teaching a class in person. So there's a learning curve here. So anyway, I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye.